like, and I want to get your instinct on this because you're never wrong about this kind of stuff, Alex. It did seem like it was right on cue. Like as though you ring the bell and it's like, okay, give them the Bohemian Grove list. All right, give them the aliens, give them the war with Iran, and let's kind of get this stuff out. Let's just get everything out of the way. But it's the alien thing that seemed so coordinated. And listen, don't get me wrong. I've spoken with a lot of people in Congress in the skiffs. Some of these people are some of my best friends, right? Anna Paulina Luna, she like lives down the street from me here in Florida. This has got Nancy Mace, you've got Lauren Boebert, you've got Matt Gaetz back when he was in Congress. He saw a lot of this stuff, Tim Burchett. These are dear friends of the show, people that I really respect and really love. And they tell me that it would change our opinion of time and space and our position in the universe as it relates to our Christian God and to our creator if we saw what they saw inside of their classified skiffs, if we saw what the federal government has on UFO and aliens. So I'm not trying to totally discount it. What I want to know from you, Alex, is as you watched Barack Obama do his whole like right on cue. Oh, yep, there's aliens, and let me tell you where they're not. Let me tell you where they're not being held. And then like he obviously got the call and he had to walk it all back, in an Instagram post. But everyone knows what he was doing. Trump says he shared classified information. He shouldn't have done that. Then Trump says on the plane, well, maybe I could get him out of trouble by just declassifying everything. Is this just like the buffet of the most transparency we've ever seen, or is this an op to distract us? What exists actually inside of these UFO files? What do you think, Alex?
Well, I could talk for 100 years on what you said. And first, I have to say I don't have all the answers. So, but I have a wide spectrum analysis of all this. And I can tell you the methodologies of the things these different groups use. I know the different factions. I know what's going on. So let's just say this. No one is more brainwashed than people in U.S. intelligence. There's more disinformation in intelligence briefings and files that presidents are given. Remember Harry Reid famously saying, oh, we'll just give Trump fake briefings. And now we learned John Bolton gave him fake briefings, okay? So what they're showing, Anna Paulina Luna and Boebert and all of these people in there is what the intelligence agencies want them to see. With all the AI video and all the stuff they've got, and from all the experts I've talked to, most of what you're seeing in front of Congress is known disinformation operatives in those hearings, in those things, and they're leading everybody away from the fact that most of this is human technology. About 80% is human, according to the people that have been proven and been insiders. But there is a 20% or so that is not of this world, and it's in the Bible, it's in all the other ancient texts, it's in paintings, from the Dark Ages of, flying saucers above Rome, with the portals. I mean, so before humans had this was going on. And there's interstellar third dimensional visitors, and Christ said, I have many flocks, not just, here on this world. And you've got the fallen ones that are marooned here on the earth. Okay, I mean, the Bible, if you read the Old Testament, Ezekiel sees giant spinning wheels and a floating platform comes out in the Hebrew and Arabic. It says he has a blue crystal bubble over his head, and he says, take this. And then he takes it, has an hallucination, he gets a mind meld. Same thing happens with John the Revelator on Patmos thousands of years later. The angel says, take this, sweet in the mouth, hurts in the stomach, has a vision. And these are angels, okay? These are God's watchers. And they're described with these big heads and and the big mother wheel lands, and off comes this floating platform, and it's got these angels with swords of fire beside it. And then it's just over and over again. The demons are coming down to earth and they're having sex with the women. And so God got mad because only Noah's family was pure in their generations, meaning genetically. So he decides to kill everybody because there's been a genetic infestation. And then the preachers go, the Bible is literal. But then they go, but not this. This is metaphorical. But then you find it in every other ancient culture, the Sumerians, the Babylonians, the Egyptians. They've now calculated, I mean, you've got Egyptian hieroglyphs that are Apache helicopters and Saturn rockets. You've got Aztec stuff that's been in the Madrid Museum for 200 years that is a 747 jet with the engines on it. I mean, so this is all known. This has all been going on. And the bottom line is this. Most of the aliens we are seeing are biological androids, and they basically show up right after Aleister Crowley goes, what, the 20s or whatever, and gets to the Great Pyramid in the main room and takes a bunch of drugs and does a hallucination. A little gray alien comes and says, we're here. Suddenly it's in Hollywood. It's in the culture. He's out in Hollywood with the precursor of NASA, Jack Parsons. This is all public. And they create the gray alien thing. These things are not seen in all the ancient scripture and stuff. They show up right about that time. And but then when you take DMT, you do see those, but they wear little green hats where the elf thing comes from. So, I mean, I go 1,000 ways with this, but most of what Congress has been giving us this info, I was told decades, 30 years ago by really smart insiders that when the globalist program comes out, if they ever get exposed, they'll do a fake alien disclosure. So I don't know how much real stuff Trump's been given. They've been really good at keeping it in the dark about the stay behind networks from Obama, the Countering Foreign Disinformation Propaganda Act, the billions of bucks of the Defense Authorization Act that Obama signed when he left in 2017 to fight Trump and surveil Trump and, you know, all that. Now Trump's kind of dislodging all that. So Trump didn't even know that the FBI and NSA and CIA were fighting him his first term. So I don't think off that rule Trump has ever broken into the UFO file, because that's kept super ultra secret from the beginning, with Aleister Crowley saying, I was given a mission in the Great Pyramid by this alien to come control all this. I can't make this up. It's reporting what was said, that Hollywood and all this kind of sells us on the UFOs, all this UFO stuff. And from my intel and research and the rest of it, most of that is interdimensional. And interdimensional is separate from third dimensional interstellar travelers. And we now know with the mathematics that multidimensional is true. And so you have Congressman Burchett and all of them being briefed on, no, we and Anna Pulkin and Luna and all of them, there are, as I said 30 years ago, it's all now in the news, there's interdimensional visitors. Those are what you'd call the servants of Satan, the demons. And then you've got the aliens that are just all the other species and things in God's universe that are out there who are in the third dimension right now, manifesting instead of in another dimension. Generally, in another dimension means they were in this dimension, and then you transfer in resonance to dark energy or light energy in the dimensions. We seem to think of dimensions as upwards and down, but really it's dark dimension, light dimension, and there's hierarchies in the dark dimension and the light dimension. Kind of Dante saw it, the 9 circles of hell. You have the 12 levels of heaven. And so it's a very complex pantheon of systems here, and they're trying to confuse us. But Satan comes through the power of the air that you can't see. Now with spectrometers, they know dark energy, dark matter is about 5 times stronger than this dimension, holding it in. And there's all these wormholes. So they're coming in and out because of the sixth sense that Princeton has confirmed, being able to read and monitor in humans. And every other animal has it. That's how ducks fly 3,000 miles, or butterflies back to where they were born or weren't even born. They get born in Canada and fly down to the exact place their parents are from in, you know, Mexico or Guatemala. So we're transceivers with electrochemical DNA that are actually picking all of this up, not just third dimensional transmissions, but our DNA expands into the 4th, 5th, 6th dimension. We're picking up interdimensional transmissions of ultra low frequencies, what it's called. And so it's just a very magical thing. And so we're just basically waking up to what we are. Does that make sense?
It does. And it seems like the wake up process is something that is being planned. I mean, I don't know. It just is going domino after domino. All I do is pattern recognition. I'm just trying to learn, obviously, from the best. Okay. And it's pattern recognition and being able to simply see the nodes and where they're taking you. And the fact that it's all hitting at the exact same time. And lo and behold, Laura Trump comes out. And right when Obama says that, the next day, Alex, not 24 hours has passed, and Laura Trump sits on a podcast, and she's lovely. I consider her a friend. I really like Eric and Laura. But Laura Trump sits there on a podcast and sort of unprovoked says, oh, yeah, my dad has a speech ready in order to reveal extraterrestrial life to that extent. Which is, of course, what Donald Trump calls it.
And they know Trump's getting ready to do it, so they want to head him off the pass. He was going to do it in July. Word is he's going to move the timeline up because of this. Is that what you're hearing?
Well, that's right. And so I'm trying to piece it all together, right? So it's like, I don't pretend to be some learned scholar. I went to community college, but we're just piecing all these pieces of the information war together. and saying they're clearly preparing for something. And the last thing to finally click for me, and I just couldn't believe, I was howling with laughter when I saw it. I saw an ad on Netflix. It was in the year 2022, and it was an ad for an Adam Driver movie, and it was about a train derailment in rural Ohio. It was a Netflix special about this train derailment causing great economic and chemical catastrophe, and they used it for political gain, and they were able to like poison an entire town. This was the Netflix show, and I thought, who the hell would watch that? It looks boring as hell. It was kind of silly. And then lo and behold, East Palestine pops off. It's the exact same plot in real life. And that was my first sort of experience in this career with predictive programming. Well, now fast forward to that, and I'm like, wow, that's really real. And fast forward to now, my own personal exploration, I see Disclosure Day from Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg doesn't come out to make many movies. He doesn't like making movies anymore. He's a billionaire. He doesn't got to make movies. He's got everything. He's getting up there. And now
he's definitely part of the deep state propaganda arm.
He's making Disclosure Day. And it's all about like the aliens are going to reveal themselves. They're going to use humans and they're going to use animals and they're going to reveal themselves. I was like, well, I mean, geez, man, that's like straight out of, that's a script. It's straight out of Central Casting. So I just put them all together, right? And say, well, the radar's going off. That's all.
Well, I mean, I've said this many times. The media never attacks me because they're all obsessed with it. No, it's real. The globalist. I don't know if you've seen my show. I talk about it, but my whole life has just happened, but it's gotten more intense the last few years. I'll be woken up. I'm like, I have to get up. I don't have to take a piss or anything. I just wake up in the middle of the night. I'm a good sleeper. And I'll wake up usually out of some incredible dream where I've been given knowledge and told, shown things. And then it's like, pay attention and go turn your phone on. Because I don't keep my, and I go turn the phone on. It's always the exact time I'm told. I'll even verbally say it. And then I'll be saying, now pay attention to what you were just shown. And so a lot of what I know is dreams. And again, however this works, however the angels, the watchers, however they're operating it, they show it to, I get like, this is the way you can understand it. But it's kind of like I'm on a roller coaster. It's like Buck Rogers, tram or monorail. And I'm going through like 2001 light. And then it goes, and it looks like Hawaii, but it's all kind of like the planet they're on in Avatar, where everything's floating and there's these mountains and it's so beautiful. And then I'm there and it's like Watchers out of Marvel Comics, but you don't really look at them. And then they're like giving you knowledge and telling you this and that. You need to do this stuff. And then they'll tell me something that absolutely then comes true. And I'm able to go on air and tell people. And I'm like, why are you doing this? They go, well, we want people to start understanding this. You're telepathic. Your whole species is. Everything is. We're all interconnected. And the Creator has. We're here to tell you. In fact, times when I've been down or things I'm being attacked, that's when this really happens. And the thing because I mean, I beg, I pray that I can do this more. It's probably only happened like with this ecstasy level. It's beyond ecstasy about 10 times that I can consciously remember. And it's total completion. Like you wonder, in heaven, how are you going to get bored in infinity? No, you can see any past, any future, any current thing, total free will, but you're just in the presence of God in this completion, and it's just a feeling you never feel as a human in the third dimension. It is just completion, beyond satisfaction, but you also get, but that's God's mind, that then you're given this total completion in God's presence. You're not God, but you're in God's presence now, part of God, that then though you're going to be sent back in to farm in the other dimensions, other free will and other amazing creatures to then bring them into this. And it's God is terraforming souls, creating free will, watching all the stuff we create, and then watching what we do. It's just, we're God's children. It's fabulous. It's amazing.
It is, and it's such a calming thing to be able to retreat to that if you are, in fact, a Christian. And if anybody in your audience is watching and wants to understand the true mysteries of the universe, you should give your life to Christ. It actually gives you great calm in these moments to know that there is a Creator that is all-powerful. And
oh yeah, some would say that was New Agey. No, this is 100% Jesus, the angels. It's Jesus, it's God. It's like no, 100%.
Right. Because that's what I think, and I get this pushback often from the audience, Alex, which is there's one train of thought that is like, no, everything that's alien is made up because, God wouldn't Eric Metaxas has this train of thought where there is no such thing as aliens because God wouldn't, make mistakes on other planets or whatever. God wouldn't keep that from us. And I'm like, dude, every time they send a submarine down to the bottom of the ocean, they come up with something that is more wild than anything in any sci-fi movie, any rubberized or CGI prop in any movie. And
I was about to say, look at God and all the wild, cool stuff God makes. Yeah. Look at all these creatures.
Yes. It's been on this planet for the entire, probably it's been on this planet longer than any of us. And it's like these things exist and we find one every day, Alex. We find some new space alien every day that is living with us, at the bottom of the ocean or in a rainforest somewhere. And so to sort of put a box.
By the way, I was
God,
thinking exactly that when you said it, because we're simpatico, it's the Holy Spirit. And hold my beer. AI and all these new systems and these new synthetic nanotechs that reproduce and have intelligence, that's a new life. We're making aliens here on Earth. Alien just means never before on this Earth. We're making aliens in laboratories.
I mean, a lot of people would ask, is that the advent of the Antichrist, right? So,
well, remember the movie, cheesy 90s movie, but it's an excellent plot, where they have the radio telescope and they get sent a DNA sequencing. So they put it in an egg, implant it in a woman, and then it looks like a human. It's really an alien here to take over. But they send back this DNA sequence, and so but see, that's an alien we built on Earth. Does that make sense?
Yeah, is it Contact? I don't remember.
It was Species.
Yeah. Species, okay.
But think about it. That's what Satan does. Is he through the time-space dimensional system? We're transceivers. He gives us bad plans. So we're building Satan's escape ship here. He is marooned here. Okay. And he's our tester. So God set this up perfectly. So he needs us. We're made in the image of God. We're the real engineers. Satan needs us to build his escape ship.